So let me tell you, you have not lived until you've gone to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. On a trip to Vegas, my wife and I went to the Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse in the Paris Casino, and the beef Wellington we had there was the highlight of our entire trip. That experience alone is why I now have my steaks done medium instead of medium well. So if you haven't had this kind of experience, stop the video right now and go and add it to your bucket list. All right, I'll wait. Give you a couple minutes here. All right, you're good? You're back? All right, now let me introduce Chef Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is a world-class British chef, a prodigious restaurateur, and might just be the most terrifying person in pop culture today. Chef Ramsay is known for his fiery outbursts, but today we're going to discover the method behind at least some of his madness. Hello scholars, I'm Captain Daniel Johnston, an officer in the United States Air Force. I founded Wiggin Academy to share important leadership principles with as many people as possible by connecting these principles to stories. My message is that being a leader is not only for those who have a job where they manage people. All of us are leaders in some capacity, whether that's at work, home, church, sports, clubs, or really any other situation where you are responsible for others. The principles that I've chosen to share with you are those which I've seen make an impact during my career. Today's principle is going to be the importance of enforcing standards. One responsibility every military officer has is to maintain the good order and discipline of their unit. What this means is that they are in control of enforcing standards within their organization. Though this responsibility may not be stated as directly in other jobs, enforcing standards is a task that falls upon every person who considers themselves a leader. So what does that mean to enforce a standard? A standard is a level of quality or attainment that is expected to be achieved. Leaders are responsible for making the standards that are required within their organization clear to their people. Most leaders do not have a problem with knowing the standards that they expect of their people. It is in the enforcement of these standards that leaders have trouble. Enforcing standards is simple. In theory, it means holding their people accountable. In application though, this is not always an easy task. It can often put a leader in the position to be viewed as the bad guy, which is not something most people are comfortable with. It's often so much easier just to let things slide. But leaders must understand that enforcing a standard does not mean personally attacking people. It's ensuring that things are done the right way. And the truth of the matter is that leaders are ultimately responsible for the performance of their organization. As President Harry Truman famously used to say, "The buck stops here." When a person in leadership chooses not to take this responsibility seriously and allows the standards within their organization to slip, chaos quickly fills the void. This degrades their reputation as well as the efficiency, productivity, and possibly safety of their people. My wife and I love Gordon Ramsay. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we've been to his restaurant in Vegas, but we are also big fans of his TV shows. Chef Ramsay is an amazing chef, but his culinary skills are not what has made him a cultural icon. He is a man whose fame is based on the rigid standards he has for himself and the chefs around him, and the refusal to fall short in any aspect. In Chef Ramsay's show, Kitchen Nightmares, he will visit a failing restaurant and observe how the establishment operates. A few of the common issues he usually finds are toxic work environments, personal challenges among the staff, and inefficient basic processes. Many of the problems that Chef Ramsay uncovers all have the same root cause. The owners of the restaurant do not recognize the importance of the basic standards required for operating a functional restaurant, and therefore don't enforce any kind of rules. Here I want to show you a clip of Gordon Ramsay going through a restaurant's basic cleanliness and hygiene standards. Enjoy.
What's that there?
Chicken with defrosted.
Jesus Christ almighty. And it's just slime. What does that mean when it's slime?
Bad?
Yeah, that's right. Sticky, disgusting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freezers. And this is what you call fresh food, right?
Lately, I had to freeze everything. It was too slow.
What do we actually cook in here? What is that?
Cooked chicken.
Look at it, feel it, hold it. It's freezer burn, it's dry, it's gone. It's not a loofah for your back. There's the bacon. Oh my Lord. You are kidding me. Jambalaya. Are we really in New Orleans? Come on. Garbage, moldy. Even the apron's moldy, full of mold. Jeez. New Orleans roast. Are you telling me that we don't even own our own coffee pots?
We rent them.
What's it called?
Old coffee pot.
and we're renting coffee pots. Who cleans this? This... Oh! No! You are kidding me. There's a mouse in here.
A mouse?
Oh my God. No. My guests were served toast today.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. The standard that Chef Ramsay expects when he enters a restaurant is that it is organized, well-stocked, and above all, sanitary. Yet here he discovered trash, rotting food, improperly stored ingredients, and even hidden mice. This restaurant owner obviously did not enforce proper standards. Later in the episode, Chef Ramsay goes on to make a few suggestions on how to save the crumbling business. And to the owner's amazement, his suggestions have nothing to do with creating new culinary masterpieces. His solutions are more focused on them enforcing basic standards within their restaurants. Despite these changes seeming simple, owners often struggle to implement Chef Ramsay's principles. This is because raising and enforcing standards within an organization cannot be a one-time change, but has to be a consistent effort from leadership. Unless you own a restaurant, Chef Ramsay's example might not seem relevant, but I promise you that the principle of it is applicable in any situation. Some of you may watch Chef Ramsay and think to yourself, I can't do that. I'm not that aggressive. The truth of it is that you do not have to have the same firebrand style as Gordon Ramsay, but if you have the same passion for maintaining standards as he does, it will make a huge impact no matter what industry you work in. And even Gordon Ramsay, who is famous for his yelling, will also take time to explain to people calmly and thoroughly why his standards are important. This is not something that comes easy. For you to enforce standards takes more than just telling people what to do. It requires attention to detail to be able to identify what in your organization is meeting standards and what is not. You saw Chef Ramsay in the clip. He didn't just give the restaurant a cursory look and call it good. To find what was wrong, he searched everywhere, the fridges, the storage areas, and even in the toaster. And once he did, the problems like the expired ingredients and the hidden mice were uncovered. The same has to go for you. You need to search every corner of your organization. Once you uncover these hidden mice, it lets you focus on what needs fixing. Enforcing standards also require the confidence to call out things that are not meeting your standards. Once again, this does not require yelling or being overly confrontational, but it does require direct feedback. You can't afford to be timid or to beat around the bush when it comes to ensuring the performance of your organization or the safety of your people, both of which are in danger when leaders do not enforce standards. This is not something that happens organically. You have to make this happen. You have to make that decision as a leader to identify what your standards are and take deliberate actions to enforce them. All right, scholars, that's our lesson for today. Now the rest is up to you. I'm going to ask you a few questions and I want you to really think about them before answering. How are you currently stressing to your people the importance of organizational standards? What are the hidden mice or issues from a lack of standards in your organization? Every organization has some. Have you found yours? Once you have found these hidden mice, what steps are you putting into place to correct the issues immediately? Just as important, how do you ensure that this same issue will not come up again as your people get complacent? I know these issues are easy to talk about, but difficult to put into practice. But I promise you, as you put in the effort to improve your leadership, you will see the benefits in both your organization and in your personal life. Till next time, keep on learning. Thank you so much for watching. Much of what I go over in my lessons can be found in my book, Mission First, People Always. You can find it for purchase through the Amazon link on the left side of the screen. On the right side of the screen, you will find our links to the Wiggin Leadership Academy social media pages, where we post regularly. If you enjoyed today's video and want more leadership lessons, then please help us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel.